is do a what we call a body check on somebody. So today, I think we'll do it with Reggie. Hi.
My body is ready.
Let's go.
Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another video. And today I'd like to share my thoughts on Nintendo's E3 presentation from the other day. But first, to all the people screaming from the high heavens that Nintendo won this year's E3 and praise Nintendo, Nintendo's the best, you need to take a step back and really look at the games that they released, because this was a pretty average Nintendo Direct. And they did say prior to the event that it was just going to be games releasing in 2021 with a few exceptions. But a lot of filler, in my opinion. A lot of mini games, a lot of ports, remakes, and some of the remakes and ports do look interesting, but when we're thinking about surprises in E3, what I tend to look back on is Nintendo's E3 from 2004, when they unveiled the trailer for Twilight Princess, and you just go back and watch that video. The crowd went completely nuts, and it's like, you could have done that. You could have, they told you Metroid Prime 4 is in development, and you could have done a 30-second clip and just do something. You just even do the logo. Like, for instance, Dragon Quest had their 35th anniversary stream a few weeks ago, and they showed you the logo for Dragon Quest 12. No release date, no, well, they told you the title, but really no characters or anything, just the title. And could have done that for Metroid Prime 4. Would have given you a lot of hype. But they did stick their guns, and they said, look, we're just going to show you games releasing in this year and the coming months, and do what you will with it. So, and basically they won E3 because of the lack of competition. I mean, Sony didn't even show up, which is an embarrassment because the PlayStation 5 is not even a year old. I mean, you don't have any product to show. It really is embarrassing on Sony's part. And then you had Capcom, who said, hey, Resident Evil Village is out, go buy it. And we got Monster Hunter DLC and esports. All right, bye. And then Microsoft showed you some stuff, and some of it, no release dates, and, it's just, updates and things of that nature. So Nintendo did actually show you stuff. Most importantly, probably, was Breath of the Wild 2. They showed you the trailer for that, and they said it's coming in 2022, rather. No actual release date. So my guess is it's probably going to come out late 2022, around Thanksgiving or Christmas. Probably around Thanksgiving, get people to buy it as Christmas gifts or whatever. So that's coming, and I understand it's a very well-received game. I tried to play the first Breath of the Wild game and did not care for it whatsoever. I think it's Zelda in name only, but I'm also not a fan of open-world games. I honestly can't stand them. I like to follow stories and have a set path. And yeah, I like side quests and things of that nature, but having just an open world, like a game like Minecraft where you really have no task, and I get in Zelda you have a task in Breath of the Wild, but you get what I'm saying. You have endless possibilities, all those shrines and everything. It just doesn't sit well with me. And to me, it makes me feel like we're never going to get a Twilight Princess or Ocarina of Time style Zelda game ever again. Granted, we did get Link's Awakening, which, my favorite Zelda game of all time is A Link to the Past. So it sort of fits the same aesthetic as that, same graphical capabilities, whatever. So we could possibly get them again, but I don't think we're going to get a Twilight Princess type game where you're going to the dungeon, getting this particular item, and the hook shot or the boomerang or whatever. I don't think we're going to get that ever again, to be honest with you, because just how Breath of the Wild has taken off. But I do, I can respect the fans who like it, and obviously it sold very well. People love it, so I'm happy for you guys. But personally, I'm not really too thrilled. And actually went into the E3 and got live footage of the reactions from people. And man, this is what a crew. Why do they all make that face? Even the puppet guy. I always see his videos of my recommended Arlo, and I watched him, and he's just drooling over this. It's well, dude, all right, it's cool and all, but like I said, I'm really not a big fan. So obviously those people really like it, and God bless them. Also, we got the reveal of Metroid Dread, which is the first 2D Metroid game in 19 years, they say, which I was a little shocked by, because there have been remakes and remasters, like Samus Returns was a remake put on the 3DS a few years back, And there's been things like that. And, of course, there's been Metroid Other M, but it's best not to even talk about that. So, Metroid Dread looks pretty cool. If we can actually... Let me minimize this, and I'll show you the live stream here. We can look at the trailer for a second. I got this on Advance Wars, so I'm kind of foreshadowing what's to come here. But the cool thing about Metroid Dread is it's coming out in October. So that's great, actually. I mean, we're going to get that soon enough. And it looks fantastic. Let's take a look here. Listen to the music and everything. But this is classic 2D Metroid games. Sort of how I said I'm a fan of A Link to the Past, my favorite Zelda game. As far as Metroid goes, I prefer the 2D Metroid games over the Metroid Prime games. And just look at this. This is a Metroid fan's dream. So I'm definitely excited for this game. So that's enough of that. But anyway, I guess we'll go to the Wikipedia page. So they started off the event with trailer for a new character in Smash Brothers. So I forget the name. It's a character from Tekken, like a fighting character. And judging by the reception, I don't think many people really care for him. Smash still gets its regular updates. I don't know, are these characters DLC, or are they, you know, because you buy Smash, you keep getting these new characters? I'm not really sure how it works. But people are still looking for Geno from Super Mario RPG. I don't think that's ever happened. And there's people spamming the chat, too, of the live stream saying, let's get a Super Mario RPG remaster. But doubt that's happening. You know what would be really cool? If they did a remaster of the first 3 Mario and Luigi games. The Superstar Saga, I forget the name of the second one, and then Bowser's Inside Story. That would be pretty awesome if they did bundled them 3 in 1. And really, Nintendo should honestly consider bringing back the Virtual Console, because right now, I'm extremely nostalgic for GameCube games. And I have Dolphin, but, you know, I would much rather like to support the company if they're going to give me a product that I like. And, you know, I feel like they're leaving money on the table with that. But, then you got, like, stuff that's already on other consoles, like Life is Strange, the Lesbian Life Simulator, except this is the anime version. Guardians of the Galaxy Cape shit, which was atrocious. Seeing the trailer from the Square Enix press conference, fucking A. I have no interest in this whatsoever. Super Monkey Ball, Banana Mania, which I was looking into this, and this is actually going to be on all 4 consoles, and it's only $40, which is cool. And they should do this more often. Like, when they do these ports and remasters, don't make them $60. Do them a little cheaper, and people will buy them more likely. Personally, again, I'm sort of on a fixed income here, and I'll have to pass on this one. But it is available on PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, and, of course, the Switch. And it's $40, so there's that. Mario Party Superstars. Again, this is like the mini-game nonsense. Like, the Mario Party games are fun to play with if you have people over and friends to play with, and really just for the interaction you get with that. But as for playing the games, I don't know. The mini-games aren't really that fun, in my opinion. The fun you get from those games is playing it with other people. And this, I understand, is going to be online, so there's that. Again, more ports and broken bucks from Just Dance. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot! And the announcer was saying Kakarot like that. It was pretty hilarious. And that has all the DLC from the game that came out in, what was it, 2019 or 2020? So, you know, it's cool to wait for some of these games that, it seems like everything gets DLC. You wait a year or 2 and you get the game for $20 with the DLC. Except this is probably $60. Mario Golf. WarioWare Get It Together. So, I did enjoy the trailer just because of Wario's voice actor. But again, in the same vein as Mario Party, it's just minigame crap. And again, this is cheaper. It's $50 as opposed to $60. And now with the next gen $70 game. So, you know, I feel like, and I said this a little while ago, how I'm nostalgic for GameCube games. If I was a kid growing up now and this was my console, like when I was younger, I grew up at the tail end of the N64 and the early stage of the GameCube. I feel if I were a kid now playing the Switch, I would really love all these games, but me sort of being a little older and a little jaded, I don't really care as much about this. Like, just looking at my Switch games over there, the most recent game I have is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. And frankly, you know, I have Breath of the Wild, I have Link's Awakening, Super Mario Odyssey. There's really not a whole lot of games on there that I particularly enjoy. Like, you know, I'd much rather just play like a story-based game or a JRPG of old. And, I don't know. But I do own the console, so it's not like I have no stakes in it. So then we got Shin Megami Tensei 5, which I think is this a derivative of the Persona series, or maybe the Persona series is a derivative of that. And the JRPG fans are into that. Personally, I'll have to pass on it, and I'm going for Tales of Arise, but there's that. Fatal Frame, which is a horror game, which is interesting. They did show a bunch of different genres here. You have your JRPGs, you got your fighting games, you got your Just Dance, your Metroid, and then, of course, a horror game, so that's interesting. And then Advance Wars, which is a classic Game Boy Advance game from, I think it came out in like 2003. And a lot of people have been asking for this for some time, for a sequel or a remake or whatever. So they're finally giving you a remake of the first 2 games. However, it is a $60 game. It's coming out in December 3rd. And I'm really not a big guy with graphics. Like, I don't like to complain about graphics too much. But looking at the price and just seeing this really looks like an ad that you'll see sometimes for like a mobile phone game. And, you know, I get of its time with the Game Boy Advance, it was fine, it was great. And, of course, if you're into tactical RPGs like the Fire Emblems, Disgaea, Final Fantasy Tactics, Vandal Hearts, you know, Langrisser, it's fun gameplay, but just looking at it, they could have gone more of like the anime art style, but instead you can see like the tanks and stuff. It literally looks like a mobile phone game. And, I would like to play it because I'm sure the gameplay is fun. I like the tactical strategy element to it. But, it looks like a mobile phone game. I mean, I can't deny it right there. And then another thing I have, so they ended with Zelda, but before we get to Zelda, there was no mention whatsoever of the new Pokemon games, rather the remakes of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and it had me feeling some type of way, man. I haven't played a new Pokemon game since Diamond and Pearl on the DS. Well, actually, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I stopped after Generation 4, and it had me feeling like Ash here. You know, because I at least wanted to see like some of the gameplay, to see what there would be sprites or 3D Pokemon like they did in Sword and Shield and Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. But I haven't played a new Pokemon game since Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I skipped out on every generation that followed, and you know, I sort of fell off it. But you know, like I said, just sort of being nostalgic for Generation 4. I would have liked to at least seen some footage. So I was surprised that they didn't show this off, especially since it's coming out in November 9th. And also this one, the Legends Arceus, which is coming out in January. So, you know, like, they hide the price too. Like, they masquerade these deals all the time, and they to save $5. Like, Nintendo is sneaky about how they never put anything on sale. It's crazy, man. But anyway, and then the last thing they did was show off Breath of the Wild, which, like I said at the beginning, not really a big fan, but I do respect the fans that do like it. And they also showcased Skyward Sword HD, which, again, they're going with the Joy-Cons. And you gotta, like, slash. Like, oh, it's like, dude, that was the problem with the Wii. You know, we want to just use a regular controller. Just use the Pro Controller and press B to use the sword. And, you know, they were explaining how you gotta use, like, the joystick and flick it up. It's like, no, I just want to press B to use the sword. It's like, I don't know. The motion controls... I had a Wii back in the day. I never had a Wii U. But I enjoyed the Wii for its time. I liked playing Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 and stuff like that. But with Twilight Princess, I had the GameCube version. But it's like, I'm over the motion control stuff. I just want to play with a controller. Like, why is that so difficult? Like, give the option if you want to use a controller or not. It's just baffling. But anyway, this is a bit of a rant. Like I said, there was some good in Nintendo's E3. Like, Metroid Dread, I'm really excited for. I'm pretty excited for Advance Wars. I guess wish it would be a little cheaper. And, you know, that's probably about it. Like, let me go back again and look at this list. Yeah, that's really about it. Like, I am not excited at all for Breath of the Wild 2. I'm not going to get it because I didn't like the first one. And then all the minigame stuff, you know, it has a market, but the marketplace isn't me. And if Nintendo ever watches this, I would strongly consider that they... please think about bringing back the virtual console, because people are very nostalgic for GameCube games, and they would give you money for that. They really would. And instead you're forcing us to use emulators. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What's your favorite game you're most looking forward to? Like I said, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for dissing Breath of the Wild, but it is what it is. That's my belief, and I do respect the people who enjoy it. It just wasn't a Zelda game for me. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Take care.